Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey guys, happy podcast day. So today is going to be our 1 hour full length episode. We're going to do a full hour of cleaning. I want you guys to get motivated. I want you to get ready to clean. Today is the first day that I have actually felt motivated since I got coronavirus. That's why my voice still sounds kind of funky, so I apologize for that. But I actually felt motivated this morning. I got up and got ready. So do whatever it is that you do that motivates you. If it's just turning on the podcast, then you're already there. You're already motivated. Good for you. Let's get started. If not, if you like lighting a candle, maybe a Scentsy, maybe like opening some windows. For me, if I get ready for the day and open windows, I'm good to go. So do whatever it is that you do that motivates you. Today's episode is kind of going to be geared towards back to school and getting kids into a routine to get back to school. I know a lot of kids have already gone or are going. If you don't relate to that, that's fine. It's just going to be our normal cleaning episode too with normal cleaning tips. I'm just going to talk a little bit about getting into a routine for your big kids if you have big kids in school or even daycare or work or whatever, and kind of getting organized and ready for that as well, along with our normal cleaning. So first things first, once you guys are motivated, let's go ahead and go over to the laundry area and quickly do a laundry switch. Put your clothes in the dryer that were in the washer. If there was any clothes already in the dryer, put them in the laundry basket to fold after the episode, and then put a fresh load into the washer. And while you're doing that, make sure when you're at the store next time you buy some dryer sheets, because every time I look up cleaning hacks, they all talk about dryer sheets. Dryer sheets are good for like 1,000 things. So even if you don't like necessarily putting them in your dryer, they're good for getting off dust and stuff. So definitely put that on your shopping list. So go ahead and do a load of laundry. My kids are doing good. They're fussy but good. They still kind of seem like they have like bad colds. They didn't have any breathing problems or anything like that, thankfully. My husband just now started showing symptoms. I am in day, I think, like 7 or something like that, and I'm feeling finally okay today. It's the headaches and like the body aches that have been the worst for me. If you didn't listen to the last episode, I just took one of those home tests and it came up positive for COVID. And I definitely do have COVID because I have all the symptoms. But I'm starting to come out of it, and my energy level is still not exactly what it was, but it's good enough to, get some stuff done. And I'm doing more than just my maintenance chores now. So I'm doing kind of a damage control of when I was sick. But I'm thankful to live next to friends that love helping me and love helping me clean, and they were exposed as well. So I had some my friend Kylie that lives right next to me. She's been coming and helping me keep my house clean because she is a freak of nature and she likes to clean and she likes to help. Even when she was feeling her worst, she helped me clean the house, and I'm so thankful for her. I don't know what I would have done without her. Like literally the reason why my house isn't a complete disaster right now is definitely attributed to her. She's helped me a lot, so I thank her. I just wanted to give her a quick shout out for that. And she's been keeping me motivated on keeping my house clean too, and keeping me accountable as I'm sick, even though, nobody feels like cleaning when they're sick. But like I talked about in the last episode, you have to do at least the bare minimum. You have to do the dishes, the picking up and stuff, especially if you have toddlers, because it will get out of control quickly. But let's go ahead and quickly move on to the kitchen area. Start unloading your dishwasher taking everything out of your drying rack and putting it away where it goes, all of your clean dishes, put those away, and let's get those dishes tackled and ready. While you guys are working on the dishes, I learned some interesting little hacks. I'm just going to throw those in real quick. For sponges, if you want to disinfect your sponges, if you throw your damp sponges in the microwave for 90 seconds, it reduces 99% of the bacteria in the sponge. So if you have like an expensive sponge or something like a Sponge Daddy and you want to disinfect those sponges and use them for longer, but you're like, sponges creep me out because they, because everyone thinks, sponges have bacteria, but they're really great to clean with. So just do that. Just throw them in the microwave for 90 seconds. I'm definitely starting to do that. Also, speaking of microwaves, if your microwave is disgusting, you haven't cleaned it in a while, you've been neglecting it, maybe you forgot about it for a while, it's got stuff baked on up the wazoo, all you have to do is get a cup of water, or a bowl of water, and put it in the microwave for about 5 minutes and just steam clean it. That'll loosen up all that baked on stuff in your microwave, and then you can do a quick wipe down with some Clorox wipes or a rag. And then I read this one too, kind of funny, but apparently denture cleaner is good for cleaning out your coffee maker. It said to put it where you put your water and you just run it a couple times through, run your coffee maker a couple times, and that'll clean all the inside of your coffee maker. So I don't have any denture remover laying around, but if you do, or you have somebody in your household that does, steal their denture cleaner and throw that in your coffee maker and clean it. But anyway, just keep chugging along on those dishes. Once you're done putting all the dishes away, go ahead and just start washing. Do utensils, or cups first, then utensils, then plates, and then basically the greasiest stuff last. Everybody does dishes differently. Some of you have dishwashers, some of you don't. If maybe if you have a garbage disposal and it's getting kind of funky, then you might want to slice up some lemons and throw them in your garbage disposal, and that'll give it a fresher scent and freshen things up down there. That's a good hack if you want to just freshen up your garbage disposal. Also, you could just always let it run with some water and turn it on and just let it run for a little bit just to make sure everything's out of there. But while you guys are working on those dishes, I'm going to go ahead and talk about getting organized for school. A lot of this is, common sense, but get everything ready the night before. Everybody does this at the beginning of the year, I feel like, and then you kind of fall off and things get a little less organized as time goes on. But the real hard part is sticking to it, sticking to the goals you set at the beginning of the school year. Make sure if you're a lunch maker, if you make your lunch for your kids, make sure you do all that the night before, have everything ready to go. Like I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but it would be really awesome if you have multiple kids, lots of kids going to daycare, school, etc. If you had little bins or an area in the living room, right, and when you first walk in with labeled names on them or colors, like maybe each kid has a color, or if you don't want multicolored stuff in your living room, you can have it labeled with the kid's name, where they put their backpacks and their lunch pails and things for the following morning. And also it could be a catch-all for when they come back from home from school. They could throw their stuff in their specific baskets. And I thought that was a great idea for back to school and staying organized. Definitely get everything ready the night before. Get everybody's clothes ready so you're not freaking out and losing your mind the day, the morning of. Make sure you're consistent with keeping organized and keeping on schedule even after, the newness wears off of going to school and all that. And this can apply for taking your kids to daycare, for going to work, whatever. If you're not organized and you find yourself every morning stressing out, freaking out, not making it on time or just yelling at everyone and just not, being organized enough, and you're always stressed out, then that should be your sign. This is your sign right now to get organized and get on a schedule and get everybody on the same page. So I would suggest maybe getting your kids or whoever else is in your household, maybe having like a group schedule on the wall, and then having individual planners that correspond with the group schedule so that everybody's on the same page, and it'll be fun for the kids. Kids like structure. They act like they don't. They may act irritated, but I know that teenagers, preteens, young kids, they crave structure. They like having little planners and stuff. So get them a little planner, even if they say they don't want it. And, that way they can look at their planner and what they have to do, and they can mark things off, and then it'll correspond with your big schedule. That would be a good idea. Everybody's household runs differently. Everybody has a different stage of life and different situations. With me, this is relevant to me too. Once I'm better, I'm going to be looking for a job and going to work. So I am going to have to change up my life 100%. And I'm going to have to myself. I have a bulletin board. I'm going to post a schedule for myself, and I'm going to get a lot more organized when it comes to the kids' schedules, putting them to bed on time, etc. Don't wait till your kids are going to school to put them on a good sleep schedule. Wait a couple weeks before they're going to start. Make sure you're implementing their school time schedule, sleep schedule, and doing, the nightly routines and everything that you're going to be doing during school. That way it's not a shock to their system, and they're used to it by the time school goes around. Because obviously if they're used to staying up to a certain time and then school starts, they're going to be real tired and cranky during the day, and it's just going to affect everybody. So just be chugging along on those dishes while I talk. So my dad and I were joking about cast iron skillets earlier, and then I saw a TikTok. It was like a little hack about cleaning your cast iron skillet, because you know how you're supposed to not clean it with soap and water because it'll get the seasonings off or whatever. Well, I read that if you want to clean it, like if it's real bad, you could put some coarse salt. You cut a potato in half, and then you put some coarse salt on it and clean it with the potato, and loosen everything up, and then you rinse it off with some cold water. So if you have a cast iron skillet and you don't know how to clean it, that might be a good way to clean that. And then I mentioned dryer sheets. I mentioned this hack before, but if there's something really baked on to, like say you bake some brownies and it's like really baked on there, and it's hard to clean, you can put a dirty pan in the sink with some soap, some warm water, and some dryer sheets, and leave it for like an hour or two, and then it'll come right up. And while we're talking about cutting fruits and vegetables and stuff and cleaning with them, you can do the same thing for cutting boards. You can cut a lemon in half with some salt and clean your cutting boards, apparently. I'm going to buy me some lemons. But yeah, as far as like staying organized for back to school, going to work, going to take whatever it is you do, whatever phase of life you're in personally, it doesn't have to be the back to school phase of life. That's just, what I see on my timeline on Facebook and all that jazz. But, and my stepchildren are going back to school and stuff, so it's fresh on my mind, and I'm going to be going to work, so it applies to me as well. But, when you're making your list, your to-do list the night before, I'm very animate about making to-do lists. It's really helpful for me when I make my to-do lists. I like having what needs to be done. Like, this part of the list is I'm going to do this. I have to get it done. There's no wiggle room. I have that portion of my list. I have what I would like to get done, and then what I'm going to get done if I have extra time and if I'm able to. So have sections of your to-do list. Have a, I'm going to for sure do it. I'm going to hopefully get to this, and if I'm done with all that, this is going to be my bonus chore. I like to do that. Just it leaves wiggle room for me to get more done. I find that it makes me more productive. So, and then like when you're cooking, the more you line your pans and stuff with foil and, just stuff like that. Use liners for your trash can, use liners for your pans, use liners for everything. The easier your cleanup's going to be for dinner. So I'm all about, ease and making things as simple as possible. So I try to line everything with foil, like when I'm cooking and stuff, just so I don't make a big, huge mess. And just train yourself to put things away as you walk into a room. I know not everyone naturally walks into a room and is the type of person like my friend Kylie, who she walks into a room, she sees something out of place, she puts it away. Not all of us are like that. Not all of us naturally have that thing inside of us that want to organize and put things away. So just train yourself, train your body to, when you walk into a room, look around. If something's out of place, declutter as you go. And your house will be a lot cleaner because of it. Just, I know a lot of times we use the excuse like, well, I'm not that type of person. I'm not, the type of person that, well, make yourself that type of person. Create those habits. Create those good habits. If you see something out of place, put it away. And I know I say all the time, like, look at your house from the point of view of somebody else, but honestly, do it every day. Walk into your kitchen and just be like, okay, this is out of place, I'm going to put this away. And if you're constantly doing stuff like that, then you don't have a big mess. You don't have a big disaster that's taking over your entire kitchen and overwhelming you and depressing you. So definitely try to train yourself to just pick up as you go. If you see a problem area, take care of it. And even if you don't have time, even if like you only have like 5 seconds and you don't have time to clean up the entire area that you see a problem with, just start putting it away until you need to go somewhere, because a lot of us have a lot of free time and we don't utilize it because we just have, it's just bad habits. That's all it is. I have a lot of bad habits that I'm trying to break, and I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you break your bad habits with me, and I hope that this is making sense. But yeah, I have these, these things that you tell yourself, I'm this type of person. I'm just not organized. I'm not this. Well, you know what? I'm becoming an organized person now. And I don't care how I used to be. I'm determined to be an organized person. I'm going to be the type of person that has labeled, bins for each of my children, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to make their lunches the night before, and I'm going to be that mom, and I'm going to be that kind of person. I'm going to be the organized person. So I hope that you guys will do it with me, and we're going to get organized together, and we're going to do this together. But you guys should be getting close to finishing your dishes. If you have a disaster today, no judgment, no worries. I'm not going to judge you. We've all been there. Keep trucking along if you have not finished. But if you have, go ahead and start putting stuff away in your kitchen, putting it away where it goes. If you see anything out of place, if you see anything that maybe has a home on your countertops that isn't supposed to be there, or, stuff that's accumulated on your countertops, go ahead and put that away where it goes now. Don't just move it from one room to another. Go ahead and put it away where it goes. And then once you've created as much surface area as humanly possible and put stuff away in cabinets, out of sight, out of mind, as many things as possible, out of sight, out of mind, go ahead and do a thorough wipe down of your countertops. Make sure you're getting underneath your appliances if there are any on your counters. And not all appliances need a permanent home on your countertop. I have to learn this, I don't have a lot of space on my countertop, so I had to learn that, I can put things away after I use them. And that also encourages you to clean, the whatever it is, appliance, right after you use it. If you tell yourself, I'm going to put this away right after I use it and get it off of this countertop, then you're more likely to clean it right after you use it. So that's helpful. So just wipe down all your surfaces. Make sure you have your handy dandy Clorox wipes, your sponge, whatever it is, Sponge Daddy, whatever it is you use, and just wipe down rag, whatever it is, and wipe down all your surfaces. If you have gunk or buildup on your stove, you can take your little, cages, if you have a gas stove, off and wash those, soak them maybe. If you have an electric stove, you can either use baking soda to get the grease off, or some kind of degreaser if you have grease or buildup on your stove, if you have an electric stove or a gas stove. And just make sure those burners are nice and clean. Make sure you get the backsplash behind your stove. Make sure you wipe that down. Make sure you wipe down the sink, the behind the sink, because sometimes we can get food and build up behind your sink and stuff like that. Has the inside of your fridge been cleaned? And again, you may not have time. You probably won't have time to get every single thing on my list of things done today, but just do whatever is relevant to you and whatever you need to do the most, and whatever you don't get to but need to get to, or jot it down on a piece of paper, pause me, jot it down on a to-do list for tomorrow, and get that done. So maybe the inside of your fridge needs to be wiped down. Mine did this morning. Mine was pretty bad. The kids had splattered something and it looked horrendous, and it took me like 3 seconds to wipe it down. So just take a peek inside of your fridge. Does anything need to be thrown out? Is there any leftovers, anything like that needs to be taken out? Go ahead and do that now. And then clean inside of your fridge. Just give it a wipe down. If it's that time of the month that you need to completely do a deep clean of your refrigerator, then you can do that. You'll know if it's time. If it's really bad and your refrigerator is full, you might need to just take stuff out and just go ahead and rinse off those drawers and whatnot in the sink and get it really clean. Don't forget your kitchen table chairs. You might have seat covers on your seats. For example, those might need to be put in the laundry area to be washed, or maybe you just need to spot clean them. Maybe you need to wipe down underneath those, around those. Maybe you need to wipe down the legs of your chairs, your high chairs, walls in your kitchen. Look at the walls in your kitchen. Is there any food splatter or anything that needs to be cleaned? If your kitchen trash is full, it probably needs to be taken out. So take out your kitchen trash right now and then don't forget to replace the liner. Is your trash can, when you replace your liner, getting really dirty and funky? You might need to spray that out with a hose or just give it a quick wipe down with some gloves on, whatever you prefer to do. Or maybe you want to clean it out in the bathtub. It depends on, what you like to do. But you might need to clean out your trash can. Maybe that's something that you need to do. Do your cabinets need to be wiped down? Do a quick wipe down of your cabinets. And something that might make these hour-long cleaning sessions easier is if you have a professional cleaner does, like a little caddy, and you can get them for super cheap at pretty much any store that sells cleaning supplies. Will have little caddies you can use, and I like to do that and bring Clorox wipes and my little sponges and stuff in a little caddy, and just bring them around the house, and that way they're already on me and ready to go, you know what I mean, and I have all my little cleaning supplies ready, and it makes me feel more official, and you don't have to waste time running back and forth and getting cleaning supplies out from under the sink. So maybe you're like me and you like weird stuff like that, and cleaning caddies somehow make you more motivated, then go for it. Get yourself a cleaning caddy. So once you're done doing a thorough wipe down of your kitchen, taking out your trash, etc., if there's any crumbs that you brushed off onto the floor, if you had a lot of crumbs and stuff on your counter that you brushed off, you might want to spot sweep before we move on. That way you're not tracking anything throughout the house. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to our living areas. So let's move on to our living areas, and we're going to get all the focal points of our room. We're going to get the couch first because that's the focal point usually of most people's outer areas. And then you can move on to the entryway after that. But first we're going to go ahead and spot clean our couch. If you have a cloth couch, go ahead and, if you have Resolve or anything like that, you can spot clean it, vacuum it. I've been sick, so I've been living on my couch, so I definitely needed to vacuum out my couch today. I'm going to be doing that when I get home for sure. And so if you need to take off your couch cushions and clean and vacuum or sweep out any crumbs or anything underneath your couch cushions, now's your sign to do that. Clean out from underneath your couch. If you have it underneath your couch, grab a broom or something and just kind of do like a sweep of underneath your couch and get everything out from under there. It only takes a couple minutes to put everything away, I promise you. It seems like a lot of work, but it really isn't once you do it. Once you're already in the cleaning mode and you're already going and moving, it really isn't that much work. So just go ahead and get that done and clean underneath your couch, vacuum up your cushions. And when you do this and you're fluffing your couch cushions and stuff like that, it really does make a difference. Just adjusting your couch cushions without even vacuuming it and just, making it look nice makes a huge difference, I feel like, in my house. So once you're done with that, just start putting away anything that does not belong in your outer areas. Do you have anything accumulated on your kitchen tables, on your TV stands, end tables, etc.? Is there any weird accumulation of stuff? Any, hot spots, if you will? Go ahead and take care of those now. Put things where they go. Don't just move them from one area of the house to the other. Go ahead and put them away now. You guys are doing great. You're staying motivated. You're cleaning the house. You are getting a lot done. I'm so proud of you. Since we're doing the outer areas, it makes me think of pet chores. So if you do need to feed any pets, clean any litter boxes, now's the time to do that. That's definitely, if you have cats, don't forget to clean your litter box. That's definitely should be part of your cleaning regimen. So do all your pet chores also during the outer area part or bedroom part or whatever part you have less of a mess in. If you have a really messy outer areas, then maybe wait till after the episode. But pick up any toys, anything that's just out of place, that doesn't belong. Look in the perspective of another person and clean your outer areas as if you're another person, and your house will be cleaner because of it. Look in your entryway. Does your entryway need to be freshened up? Maybe you have like knickknacks or plants or something in your entryway that just needs to be dusted or fixed or straightened or wiped down. I like to wet dust. I don't like to dry dust. I don't like dry dusting just because I don't like, the dust all in the air. So I like using my wet wipes or a wet rag to dust things. Check your windowsills. Are your windowsills dusty? Do they need to be dusted? For those higher to reach blinds, I heard someone say that, I read somewhere that you can get like a pair of your tongs and secure with like some rubber bands or hair ties, some dryer sheets. See, I'm talking about those dryer sheets. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. And they put them on tongs and they used them to clean the blinds that were too high and out of reach to dust them off. So, you could do that, or you could just do that with Clorox wipes. Secure some Clorox wipes to some tongs and clean them that way. Whatever you prefer to do. I feel like that would take more time than actually just wiping them down, but I don't know. It seemed like a funny hack, so there you go. But go ahead and, wipe down your windowsills if they need it. If they're dusty, wipe down your TV if it needs it. Don't spray any spray directly on your television. You'll mess it up. Spray it on a rag and then wipe it down, because that will damage your TV. Wipe down your TV stand. Maybe you have a coffee table or something that opens up. Is that unorganized? Is there a mess in there? Maybe you need to organize the inside of your coffee table if you have that, or maybe drawers of an end table or something like that has gotten out of hand and become kind of a junk drawer. We don't need junk drawers all over the house. So if you have like a hot spot inside of a drawer that needs to be taken care of, you can do that. Or maybe you just have random clutter that needs to be picked up. You could do that at this time. And when it comes to like cleaning your curtains, if you have curtains, if they are machine washable, I remember one time my husband and I were moving out of a house, and I suggested that we wash his curtains that were like super high up. He had like these really high ceiling windows with these curtains, and they had never been washed before, and they were super dusty, and he washed them with clothes. I didn't know he was going to do that, but he did, and everything was pink. So make sure if you're washing curtains, make sure you wash them by themselves, because you never know if they're, the dye is going to come off. Those definitely were not machine washable. And if they're not machine washable, but you just want to get the dust off, you could just throw them in the dryer on tumble, which is no heat, and put a wet rag in there, and the pet hair and dust and everything, while it's tumbling in the dryer with the wet rag, it'll get all the dust off of your curtains if they are not machine washable. So there should be a tag on there that tells you. If not, better safe than sorry. Probably just throw them in there on tumble with a wet rag. But also, we'll save all our floors till the end of the episode like usual, because no one likes to vacuum and listen to stuff at the same time. But if you see any spots on your carpet, if you have carpet that need to be cleaned with carpet cleaner, like you could do that right now at this time. Or if you have wood floors and you have like a sticky spot or something from the kids spelling or something, you can wipe it with a cloth. If you need a spot clean anything, do that now. If you haven't already spot cleaned your couch, you can do that now as well. If you have any lamps or anything, maybe those need to be dusted or cleaned off. Whatever your situation in your living area is, just go ahead and just wipe down anything you see and put away anything that doesn't belong. Basically, the key for your outer areas. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the bathroom areas now. So let's go ahead and walk on to the bathrooms. If you're not done, no worries. You can pause me, rewind me, whatever you prefer, or just listen for entertainment purposes. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the bathroom. Get your laundry baskets. If you have dirty clothes in the in the bathroom, go ahead and move those to the laundry area. If you have other people in the house, you can have them do that now at this time. If you have other people living in your house, whoever that may be, and they have their own bathroom, you can have them clean their bathroom at this time, and you can delegate, whether it be kids or whoever lives with you. And you can have them move their dirty clothes to the laundry area at this time as well. But yeah, just delegate to your, whoever else if anybody has their own bathroom, have them do the same thing and clean their bathrooms and bring their dirty laundry to the laundry area. And then once you've dealt with all your dirty clothes and everything, go ahead and organize all of the miscellaneous stuff that may be on your countertops, whether that be makeup, straighteners, whatever it may be, and go ahead and put that away where it goes. Make sure it's organized. Make sure you're not just shoving stuff in drawers. If you do find yourself doing that, maybe you need more containers or organization tools for your bathroom area. I've mentioned before, have a bin for each individual child if you have multiple children or if you have children in the household. or just multiple people in the household. Either way, it's great to have like different areas if people are sharing bathrooms for each person to put their personal things, so that if you find something, an item of theirs, you can put it in there, or if, whatever the case may be, they don't know where to put something, they can put it in their specific area and they know that area is theirs. So just clear as much surface area as possible, just like in the kitchen. We want as much surface area showing as possible. We want as many things put out of sight, out of mind as possible, so that we can wipe down the most surface area. So start out with once you get everything, put away, out of sight, out of mind, then start with the wiping down. Start out with your mirror. The best way to clean a mirror is with Windex and a newspaper. If you don't have that, then paper towel. If you don't have that, then, Clorox wipe or a rag and some Windex. But go ahead and clean your your mirror, and then wipe down. Just go wipe down crazy and wipe down all of your surface area in your bathroom. If you have any toothpaste splatter, you probably do if you have kids. Just wipe down anything and everything on your cabinets, your countertops, and then move on to the toilet area and go ahead. I like to glove up during this part for the toilet part, and then I get my spray toilet bleach with the nozzle, and I squirt the bleach first. So I spray I squirt the toilet bleach underneath the rim of the toilet, let it sit there while I clean. Make sure it's a very well ventilated bathroom if you're using bleach. And then while that's sitting there and bleaching the toilet bowl, I'm going to wipe down the actual toilet, starting if you're using a rag or a sponge, the same one. Make sure you're doing the surfaces that you touch first. Obviously, if you're using throwaway like Clorox wipes like I like to use, then it doesn't really matter, but I still like to start with the surfaces that I touch first, the less, dirty parts. So, and just to sanitize it. So I do, the handle first, and then the toilet seats, and then so on and so forth. And to make sure you're doing it very thoroughly, the toilet seat actually snaps off, so you can snap off the toilet seat to make sure it's very thorough, and you can clean up under there. Make sure you get the sides of your toilet behind the toilet, the floor behind your toilet seat, and just do a really thorough. I find that when you wear gloves, it helps you do a more thorough wipe down of the area. So wipe down, behind the toilet, all around the toilet. Make sure you miss no spots, and make sure you get all the floor around the toilet as well. And once you're done with that, whether you have a shower or a bathtub, once a week is a good time to deep clean said bathtub or shower. So if you're a naturalist and you don't like to use scrubbing bubbles or like harsh chemicals, a way you can get rid of soap scum is using like half a grapefruit, cut a grapefruit in half, or a lemon in half, and same thing, dip it in some salt, and you can use that to scrub the door of your shower, and that'll get rid of the soap scum and stuff. So if you like a more natural approach, you can do that. I like to just use my dispensable sponge with scrubbing bubbles or something in it. And then for my everyday, and then once a week, I sprinkle Ajax bleach in my shower or tub and let it sit for a while, and then I scrub it out with my sponge. Do not mix chemicals ever, and we've talked about this before, and make sure it's very well ventilated while you're doing this. So if you're cleaning your bathroom and maybe you're noticing that your grout needs to be bleached, you can use your toilet. I've mentioned this before, the toilet bowl cleaner bleach. It's really, since it has that really small nozzle, it's good for getting the grout and bleaching the grout. You can use that, or you can use a little Clorox bleach pen. or you can use like a Clorox bleach pen and, target that grout and let it sit for a little bit and then wipe it up. But once you've let that sit for a little bit, if you put the bleach on the grout that needs to be bleached, once you let that sit, you can just wipe it up with whatever it is you prefer to wipe it up with, whether it be a Clorox wipe, a rag, or a sponge, or even a toothbrush if you really want to get into that grout in those areas. And also, while we're talking about the bathtub and stuff, I guess I've read an article that like synthetic soap is the kind that leaves the residue in your bathtub and on the shelves. If your soap's leaving residue, it means it's synthetic soap, I guess, whatever that means. And but I would suggest like maybe getting a dish or something if that's something that happens to you, because it is a pain in the butt to constantly be cleaning soap scum off of the bathroom. And then once you're done with your grout, if you did your grout today, then if you have a small surface area in your bathroom, you don't have to wait till after the episode to do all your floors. You can go ahead and just do a quick wipe down of your floor. I have a small bathroom, so I just wipe it down. My mom mentioned that she uses the Swiffer wipes just because she likes the way they smell and they're just easy and simple, and she'll just use them with her hand and just wipe up the bathroom floor real quick, just so she gets, while she has her gloves on, so she gets really into all the cracks and behind the toilet and all that good stuff. So go ahead, if you do have a small bathroom, then you can just wipe down the floor really quick. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the bedrooms really quickly. So as you're going into the bedroom, just gather any dirty clothes. If you have them all in your dirty clothes hamper, then just move the hamper to the laundry area at this time. And if wherever you keep your dirty laundry, and if you have big kids or other people in the house that you can delegate to do the same in their rooms, have them do that now and have them clean their bedrooms. If not, then you can just quickly knock out all of the bedrooms and do the same thing in each of the bedrooms you're responsible with. Like, for instance, I have toddlers, so I would be doing this with all of my kids' bedding and stuff. So once you get all of your dirty clothes out of the room into the laundry area, then I like to take all of the bedding off of my bed and my kids' beds and put it in the laundry area and make it a priority. And that will be going in my next load. That way it's ready for nighttime. And I like to do, if it doesn't need it more, because it usually needs it more, but for sure, I at least, clean my bedding once a week. Sorry, my kids are in the background. They woke up from their nap. And then once you've taken your bedding off of, the beds, I like to do this about once a month, but if you have not in a while, throw some baking soda on your mattress. I have a mattress cover, so I don't have to do this quite that often. I like to do it once a month, though. And I put some baking soda on my mattress, let it sit for a little bit, and then I vacuum my mattress. So that's just every once in a while thing, so you don't have to do it every time you clean your bedding, obviously. If you feel like you need to, then do it. But we do shed dead skin cells and stuff, so every once in a while, it's very good to do that at least once a month. And then just pick up around your room. Make sure you get any hot spots. If there's any clothes laying around, put them away. Put them where they go, whether it's the dirty clothes or the clean clothes. Maybe you just need to hang some clothes up, whatever the case may be. But my kids are awake and they're starting to get rowdy. And so before I go, though, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and clean your floors at this time. Just before you sit down, because you guys are still motivated, you're still going, you're still in a cleaning mode. While you're still in the cleaning mode, before you sit down, go ahead and clean your floors. If you have wood floors, do a good sweeping and mopping of all of your wood floors. If you have carpet, do a good vacuuming of, your entire house. Sweep and mop your kitchen. Do all that good stuff before you sit down. Once you're done with your flooring, do not forget to do your laundry switch and put your feet up, sit back, relax, and fold those clothes. Think of it as a break and fold those clothes, get those clothes folded and put away. Put on your favorite show, listen to your favorite podcast, me. No, I'm just kidding. And, listen to something, maybe listen to some music, just use that as relaxation time. Think of it as relaxation time and then fold all of your laundry. But you guys have done great. I'm so proud of you guys for doing your whole house cleaning today. I know that I have been sick lately and stuff, so I'm going to try to come up with more detailed things on getting organized and schedules and stuff like that as I start to get into the working world and start to experience it myself. I like to do the podcast out of, my personal experiences. And, I'm sick with COVID right now, getting over it. But eventually I'm going to be more in a world where I am getting ready for work in the morning and on a very regimented schedule. So I can help you guys in that area and grow with you guys and learn with you guys on how to be a more organized person. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in our next episode. But if you don't follow my social medias, it's at Clean With Me Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And my art page is at Jessica's Custom Work, all lowercase, on Facebook and Instagram as well. If you're interested in custom vans, custom portraits, give me a follow and check me out. See if it's something you'd be interested in. If it is, then DM me and I will do an art piece for you. If you like my art style and that's something you'd be interested in, then go ahead and DM me and we can work something out. And I'm very reasonably priced, so let me know. But also, if you would like to financially support me on Patreon, I really appreciate everybody that does already. And I will put the link in the description for that. And that's just a little behind the scenes of the podcast. And I post before and afters of my house, pictures of my kids, details about my life, just behind the scenes stuff. And I'll put the link in that description. But I just want to thank you guys so much for cleaning with me today. It's been a journey. You guys did it. You did a whole house clean. I'm so proud of you guys. I know how hard that can be, especially when we have kids and distractions and, whatever the busy lifestyles, work, whatever the case may be. And I'm proud of all of you. And as always, happy cleaning.